Okay, if you guys can see me, if you can hear me, I'm just getting everything all set up for the show, which will be starting here in about 1 minute. So, all right, getting my final things done here. Let's see. Looks like am I on? All right, now let me turn on the chat. Open in browser. Okay, good enough. Let me get this started. Hey everybody, this is Bryan Hogue. Welcome to the Chiller Night live pre-show. I am Bryan Hogue, and I will be your host for this hour as I talk about all things that deal with Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat, all things horror, science fiction, and the paranormal. And of course, I will be mentioning the Friday Night Frights from last night. Went very, very well. I'm very happy with that, and I think everyone else was too. Had a few of the little proverbial slings and arrows from the technical gods, but we got through it. We had somewhat of an extended version of Night of the Living Dead, and all right, cool. All right, well, but we got through it. So I hope everybody had a good time. Brad says, it's the Chiller Night pre-show and the still alive Bryan Hogue, starring Bryan Hogue. And now here's Bryan. Yes, I know you all thought I met my grisly demise last night at the tail end of Still Life's video Melatonin, where I was attacked by zombies. But you know, I gotta say, things look pretty bad for old Bryan, but the one thing that I had going for me was that it was raining out throughout the entire day, and I think I was just a little slick to hold on to. So, I know Jack Shadow wishes I would have, oh, Tom says no spoilers. Well, I know Jack Shadow would have, I heard his comment last night. He's not too happy with me taking his martinis. Now tonight he's going to be especially not happy with me, like twice as not happy, because tonight I have his hat also. We're going to use that to throw the participants who participated in the share contest. We'll throw the names in Jack's hat and draw the names out tonight. So we'll do that a little later. David says, pop goes the champagne for Chiller Night pre-show. All right. All right, good deal. And then John says, hello again from New Jersey. Hey, John, thanks for joining us. And Jinsey241 says, hello from Kansas. Well, hello, thanks for joining us, and I hope I got your name right. So, I appreciate everybody tuning in. That was a good night last night. I'll tell you what happened. There was one part where, oh boy, we got to see that a couple times. And I bring this up because I think what I'm going to do for now, until I get really super used to doing this, is I probably will not be participating in the chat during the movie segments. And the reason being is I'm kind of distracted. I got some things, you know, I'm doing behind the scenes, but I try to jump on there and and chat, you know, as Jack Shadow. So when I do that, all I have to do is hit something wrong here. The cursor has to be on the wrong spot, and boom, it takes me, like, I could be halfway through that movie segment, boom, it'll take me to the beginning. And there's no way through the system that I use, there is absolutely no way to jump back to where we were, you know. So based on that information, I think I'm going to curtail my chatting activities for the time being until I get a little bit more accustomed. That being the case, as long as I don't do that, as long as I don't add that into the fray, I think we should be fine next time. I have utmost confidence in Jack Shadow and making that happen. And I'll be announcing the next Friday Night Frights here within this episode. Now, Brad says the rain from the music video looked better atmosphere. Yes, it had a nice apocalypse feel about it. Cassandra Blue, she's got the icons of the champagne glasses toasting. Some for everyone. All right, that sounds good. Jason says Beckman's Diner was happy last night. Yeah, they got numerous mentions. Yes, more so than what I thought they were gonna get. All right, so we did them a little solid last night. Brad says my typing is terrible. Ugh. Well, you and me both, I'm sure. Leroy Jacobs, good evening, y'all. Well, good evening. Am I saying that right? Leroy, okay. I never know if I'm seeing this stuff right. All right, well, thanks for joining us. And then Jinsey says, you got it right as far as it is there. I'm Jason Lindsay. Ah, okay, yes. I was in the chat last night. Okay, good deal. Yes, and you are one of the eligible contestants for the share contest from last night. So, and then Vicky says, hi, Ava and Brian. Hey, Vicky, thanks for joining us. I, of course, am in here sitting outside Castle Shadow, anxiously awaiting for tonight's Chiller Night Theater. I know Jack is in the castle behind me somewhere and preparing for another classic or not so classic horror or science fiction movie for tonight. And I'll be throwing up the schedule here pretty quick if you haven't seen it on my Facebook page. Autumn says, hi, Brian. Hey, Autumn, thanks for joining us. I haven't seen you on here for a while, so I thank you. And Vicky, I haven't seen you on here for a while, so it's good to see you guys joining us, you ladies. And now tonight's schedule for this will be on Stream TV. That's streammedia.tv. Streammedia.tv. And here we go. Look at that. Okay, 9 p.m. The movie is White Zombie. Just can't get enough of zombies, although these are a little different than the ones we saw last night. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Jennifer Sadler. 11:30 p.m. The movie is The Devil's Hand. 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Stan Gordon. Okay, good. That came back on. And 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. Jack Shadow once again features White Zombies, starring Bela Lugosi. It's a very good role of his. He does a super job in that movie. So I think you're going to like it. If you've never seen White Zombie before, check it out tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At the top of this hour, you'll get to see it. And Jeff Rex, is that a Chiller Night Theater shirt? Where can I buy one? Why, yes, it is. I was actually just looking at that tonight. I'll be mentioning that a little later, but I'm looking for. I was trying to find the place I had looked at, and it's called a company called Printify. I don't know if I'm going to go with them because I haven't checked out the prices. I was trying to get that stuff done before tonight's show, but I am trying to narrow down who I'm going to be going through here to get the shirts and stuff. And then once I do that, I'll have those available on the website, Chiller Night Theater website. And also, of course, I will be giving those out as prizes for the various Chiller Night prizes that we'll have throughout the year. And David says, I noticed that shirt too. Thought the same. Where can I get one? All right. There seems to be some interest in that, so that's great. Cassandra says, I want one. Tom says, Halperin Brothers. I have a copy on 16 millimeter. What? What did I miss? Halperin Brothers. I have a copy on 16 millimeter. What's that? What did I miss, Tom? Is that a t-shirt place? Or are you talking about a movie? It sounds like a movie though, 16 millimeter. All right, I'm sorry. Sometimes the delay, you're writing something and I'm on to the next topic or vice versa. So bear with me. Ava says, what sizes? Tom says, I want a logo shirt too. Oh yeah, the logo shirt. And then I thought it'd be kind of neat to have, oh bam, look at that. I like this picture right here. I think I'd like to have that on a t-shirt also. So we'll see. I'll just leave that up for now because it's that cool. All right. Jason says, how is your action figure coming along? Well, not well. The day I posted those pictures, the very next day, it was crumbling apart. It was cracking, crumbling apart. I couldn't keep the clay dry. It's not like the clay that I've used. I haven't sculpted in 10 years, so I mean it's been a while, or several years. So when I went back to the clay, even though I did everything to keep it wet, it was just ruined. So I've not gone back and actually took the clay off of the armature and restarted because I just haven't had time with the upcoming show that we did last night. So I'll get to that. It's sitting over here on my shelf, but I'll get to that as soon as I can. But we'll get there. I'm kind of excited to see that all done up, and once I do that, I'll show it here before I start the molding process. And then Tom says White Zombie by the Halperin Brothers. Oh, okay, tonight's movie. Okay. All right, that's cool. All right. Wasn't sure who made that. All right. That's pretty neat. Craig says, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing pretty good there, Craig. How are you doing tonight? Thanks for joining us. And Leroy says, I love your show. I just found your show last night. Oh, all right. Well, thanks. I'm glad you joined us again for the Chiller Night pre-show. And then Tom says, directed by Victor Halperin, produced by, I think I'm pronouncing that right, produced by Edward Halperin. Okay. That's pretty cool. Good movie. I enjoy it. It's yeah, the zombies are certainly different than the characteristics we saw displayed in the zombies last night, but then any movie prior to 1968, you're not going to see that kind of zombie because it was the first time. And unless there's a really obscure film out there that I've never ever heard of, but it's the first time that we saw zombies like this. And then, unless somebody can correct me on this, I think the next time that we see zombies like this, as far as cadavers, you know, those eating the flesh of the living, the carnivorous cadavers. I think the first time that we see them like that is only a couple years later in Keller. First time in Keller in 1972, I think, with Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. So if anybody has any other information to correct me on that, please do share, because I am kind of interested on what was the first Keller movie of a zombie presented like that, you know, as far as them eating people, their victims. So, Tom says, White Zombie by the Halperin Brothers. Okay. All right. That's pretty neat. Craig says, how is your action figure coming along? Well, not well. The day I posted those pictures, the very next day, it was crumbling apart. It was cracking, crumbling apart. I couldn't keep the clay dry. I was trying to get that stuff done before tonight's show, but I just haven't had time with the upcoming show that we did last night. So I'll get to that as soon as I can. David says, White Zombie was filmed in only 11 days in 1932. Was that right? 11 days. Wow. Well, I'll tell you, they did a good job. I just love Bela Lugosi's character in this movie. He does. I mean, his acting is great in this, and it actually rivals his acting in Dracula as far as I'm concerned. And I love Dracula, so that's a tremendous compliment. Anna says, looking forward to tonight's show. Well, thank you, Anna. Hope you enjoy that, and that'll be on in 45 minutes on Stream TV, and you can find that at streammedia.tv. Now, if you live outside of the Oil City, Pennsylvania area, let me explain this for those who are new on here, and I know there are a few. Stream TV, that is it's streamed online, of course, stream, and on the Stream TV Roku channel. Now, it happens in Oil City, Pennsylvania, that is also the local television channel, but it's you know, so you can kind of watch it three different ways. If you live in that area, the surrounding area, and that's your TV channel, channel 20, you can watch it on your TV set, or you can go to that website that I mentioned, streammedia.tv, and you can watch it streaming live online, or you can click and connect to their Roku channel and watch it that way. So plenty of options, plenty, well, three. So, but they're there if you want to watch them. So Cassandra says, I love that movie too. Children shouldn't play with dead things. I absolutely love that movie, and they evidently, I don't know, they must have took it off of public domain, because that was one I had for Chiller Night Theater. We had done that movie, and it was taken off of Facebook. So it used to be on public domain for quite some time, and then just like that, like a thief in the night, it was taken from us. Okay, Corpus says, I'm late. Oh no! Well, thanks for joining us. Late, early, or whenever. We're just happy you're here. Jason says, I'm born and raised in Oil City and miss seeing the local programs. Yes, I too was born in Oil City, although I was raised in a area close by Cranberry. So born and raised in Cranberry, Pennsylvania. Tom says, Corpus! Cassandra says, hi, Corpus. So Corpus is getting some greetings here online, and while we do that, let me mention some information from last night. Oh, Pam. Pam says, hi, Brian. Hey, Pam. Glad you could join us. Haven't heard from you in a while, so it's good that you can join us tonight. All right, went over the intro, the schedule to trailer. Oh, well, I'm going to skip that. I'm going to hold that trailer for now for White Zombie. Okay. I want to talk about last night's show. Last night's Jack Shadow's Friday Night Frights. Wow, that was quite a show last night. Other than the little technical snag we had. That went really well. I think everybody had a great time, and I wanted to chat and interact a little bit more than what I did. A lot more than what I did, but I think it's best if I covered that a little earlier as to, you know, what actually was the issue. I was trying in the chat. My cursor was over on the movie segment, and as soon as I hit that button, boom, it took me back to the beginning, and there's no way to get it caught up again. That being said, I know now, until I get excessively comfortable doing all this, which I'm not. I'm just a one-man production crew for now. But and I'm not complaining. I say that with a lot of joy. I enjoy doing this stuff. So but it gets me a little rattled sometimes, technical wise. Not this part where you know, I'm here, or Jack Shadow's, you know, talking to you guys. It's all those darn fangled buttons and such. Okay, David says, came in late myself, catching you at work tonight. Oh, okay. Well, speaking of that, David Long with Vicelli's Pizza in Butler, Pennsylvania, we certainly appreciate you supporting and sponsoring last night's show, just as well as Hybrid Dead, the book by J.W. Burchick. They were sponsors last night. Certainly appreciate them. And Still Life, the group who gave us their video Melatonin last night. So it was a fun night last night. And actually, I've recently had three records broken. I'm not talking about the old LPs. I'm talking about some numbers here, folks, and I'm very happy about this. Last night was the most views in the shortest amount of time for any of the shows that I've ever done. Any of the shows that I've ever done. We had now my record by for the next show in April will be 1,000 views. 1,000 views while the show is streaming. That's my goal. I would love to have that. Last night, by golly, we were very close. We were at 884 views while the show was streaming, during the course of that show being live. And if I would have just hit the wrong movie segment and extended that for a little bit longer, no, I'm very happy about that. I'm very excited because in no time at all we're gonna be seeing that. Well, we did have 1,000 views by 11 p.m. or actually close to. We had them by like 10:30 that night. So I was very happy about that. Very happy. This is a very achievable goal. I'm very happy that everybody participated. We had several who participated in the sharing contest. You shared the video live as it was streaming. So thank you very much. That obviously adds to these numbers. I also had the record for the most views while streaming. Okay, that's what I was talking about. Okay. 884. That was just on Facebook, compared to 654 on Facebook last month for The Crawling Eye. So we had a couple hundred more. So we get a couple hundred more next time. I'm going to see that 1,000. That's an outstanding number. We just started. We only completed our 3rd Friday Night Frights last night. So I'm just so happy with that. Also had my highest number ever for visits to the Chiller Night Theater website, and that was just 2 days ago in February. At the end of February, I blew all the numbers away from any of the, since I've had the website, since I've had this show. So thank you everybody. I just can't thank you enough. This is great. Let me see what some of these I'm missing some comments. I got a little long-winded there. Thank you for bearing with me. Let's see where. Oh my gosh, I'm missing quite a bit. Ava's clapping. I see you clapping. And then David says, oh, okay. Let's see. Hello all. David says a little zombie replay. Yeah, we did indeed. Jinsey said, I saw Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things for the first time last year. Never heard of it before, and it was an awesome movie. I love that movie. Just such a great atmosphere for that one. Cassandra says, you're doing a great job. Thank you very much. And then Tom says, where's your director of photography, Ava? She's not far. She's not far at all. And then Cassandra says, when it is part 2 to the music video, love the cliffhanger ending. Oh, when is part 2 to the cliffhanger? Yeah. And then Jason's showing some clapping signs. And then Corpus says, I had a couple friends stop in, which was awesome. Okay, cool. And Chad's clapping. Chad's also giving me thumbs up. Jason says, wow, big jump. Cassandra says, awesome. And David says, in case you didn't get the message before the show, going for April, May, and June. Oh, okay. That's fantastic. And I'll tell everybody that's David is of course the the one who's sponsoring us from Vicelli in Butler in Pennsylvania. So thank you very much, and I'll be mentioning, and I hope that you're seeing some mentions from this, and maybe, you know, some numbers to your website and Facebook page. So I know I definitely am, and I just want to thank everybody. And then Chad says, congrats, knew it would grow with time and shares. Yes, thank you. David says, second glass of champagne. Cheers. All right. Wish I could join you. Well, maybe later. We found out last night that that's a plasma martini. I didn't want it to just be, maybe it's fermented plasma. I don't know. But that's it. Yeah, that's it. And then Jason says, Vicelli's is awesome for doing this. Yes, absolutely. David said, yes, definitely am. And then David says, thanks, Jason. Sorry, I still have this bit of an annoying cough that just won't leave me. But I'm going to be all right. All right, well, okay. Now, you know what we're going to do. We're going to do the share contest winner drawing right now. Now, what I have the names right here. Now, if you know, this is a green hat. I didn't want to use this. I don't know. I didn't want to use this one. It's not significant enough. Whoop! Oh, almost left it. Whose name is that? Corpus. I almost left your name in there. Okay, I better make sure. No, okay, this is empty. Now, I should have 12 names here. Now, if anybody shared it that I'm not mentioning, and I looked over that several times. I think I got everybody. You let me know. You let me know in the comments, and I'll add you on there. But to the best of my knowledge, these are the names of those who participated last night. All right. Let me get these, and then I'm going to fold them and place them in the Jack Shadows hat, and we will have a drawing. All right, let me get these spaced out a little bit here. All right, we are moving right along. All right, Charles Connors, Mandy Long, Cassandra Blue, Nick Rayberg. If I'm saying these names wrong, I apologize, but I do have them written here as I saw them on the show on the screen. Kevin Phillips, Joseph Bondi, Corpus Christine, Jason Bates, David Long, Jason Lindsay, Steph Shea, Todd Wigren. So, did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody? Let's see. Cassandra says, Vicelli pizza rocks. Tom says, wrong color hat, LOL. I know, I had a Green Goblin t-shirt on earlier today, and I thought, well, I better not wear that one. I love that t-shirt, but I can't wear it on this show. And then Chad's giving the drums as like a drum roll. Let's see. The drum roll has gotten longer. David says that was a magical invisible hat. And then Corpus says drum roll. All right. I will be folding these and placing them inside the hat of our favorite mystical ruler of the dark domain, Jack Shadow. You know, last night he said that he was mad and he hoped that I got devoured by those zombies, you know, because he alleges that I take his martinis. I don't know if there's really any proof of that, but he's gonna be really upset once he finds out I took his hat. So, all right. Anyways, I'm gonna check and see if I missed any being a floating head for the pre-show. And then Michael says, I tried to share it, but I wondered about YouTube because I didn't see any notifications on YouTube, and I looked a couple times because that's a lot. it seems to be different than Facebook. Like if anybody shared them on YouTube, I didn't see that. So that's why I'm kind of saying, hey, if you guys did share it, I evidently had no way of seeing that. So let me know now. Michael says, I tried to share it, but I think at that type of stuff, it may not have worked. No biggie, don't care about drawing, just wanted to help promote channel. And then Corpus says, tension builds. And, well, Michael, yeah, I don't know. I appreciate it. I know you've been with the show for quite a while. I didn't see that. I looked and looked and looked on YouTube. Well, hey, we'll be having more of these. This is let's see. If I didn't see it on there, but that's not to say it wasn't on there, but I checked numerous times. But thank you for all this. I know you've been watching the show for quite a while, so all right, shake it up here. Shake it up. All right. Any last words here with the viewers here? Leroy, I finished my eats. Time to make a martini. And then Brad says, my name wasn't called, was it? No, I don't. Well, you know what? I don't think it was, Brad. Did you share? I think you did share, didn't you? All right, thank you. All right, this is why I wanted to have the. All right. All right, and then Michael, did you? I mean, if you see something that shows that you did share it, please let me know. I'll add it in there right now. That's not a problem. Jen says, I would like to see the video with still life. And then Cassandra says, I'll mention how you can do that here in a few seconds. Cassandra says, snakes and snails and alligator tails. And Michael says, it's all good. I attempted to share it to Facebook from YouTube. Oh, I'll check later to see if it went through for the next drawing. All is well. Okay, well, all right. Holy cow, we got such a regular, like Brad. I can't believe that. All right, anybody else? Anybody else? I think, did I not say, I don't know, I must not have got Brad. All right, here we go. Here we go. There are no technical wonders here, folks. This is old school. Paper and a hat. All right. Ava says, you missed me, LOL. Yeah. Maybe, well, hey, you know, if you want a picture of Jack's shadow, we'll get you one, Ava. No, Ava did share it last night. I absolutely appreciate everything that Ava does here to support this show. I really do. To support me. All right. Tom says, I shared a cookie with my dog. Does that get my name in there? No. But I think that's a very nice thing to do with your dog. And then Brad says, how could you miss me? I don't know. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. Maybe yours was the first name and I don't know. I don't know how that happened. All right. All right. Shaking it up. Shaking it up. All right. Here we go. Cassandra says, throw up some love for Ava. Oh, and our winner is Corpus Christine. Corpus Christine. I don't know if you can actually read that, but that is the winner of the Jack Shadow share contest. So thank you everybody for doing that. You will get a this photograph right here, autographed by Jack Shadow. You just I'll get with you and you tell me what you want wrote on there, and we'll do that and get that out to you, as well as a DVD of the show. So I won't give you the rough stuff from last night, the raw streamed footage. I'll give you the nice edited version where it's all, you know, the TV show version. So All right. All right, into the other hat it goes. So thank you everybody for doing that last night. That was great. Let me get this picture out of there. Pam. So congratulations to Corpus. You are tonight's winner. I see everyone is showering Corpus with congratulations. Anna, yay, congratulations, Corpus. Yay, Michael, yay, Corpus. Christine, Jason's clapping. Everyone's issuing their congrats. All right, way to go, Corpus. And then Gigi says, "Oh shucks, congrats, Corpus." I know earlier you mentioned how you wanted to win. Charles says, "Congratulations," and then Corpus says, "Oh my God, I have to think about what I want Jack to write." That's right. Brad says, "Save those names." How can I miss Brad? I don't know. That's why. Hey, that's why I say, thank you for. Thanks for letting me know that. But that's why I wanted to kind of ask anybody, does this sound right to you? Is this, miss any names? I would hate to do that. I would certainly hate to do that. David says, "Cheers, Corpus. Champagne glass raised for you." All right. Well, congratulations, and we'll give a figurative toast there to Corpus. All right, line that back up in front of the hat. All right, so there's our winner. By you guys doing that, and that's just a small little token of my appreciation. The picture and the DVD. But by you guys doing that is just. And I wish I could send this stuff out to everybody. But you guys help me out so much because I've never, it's progress. It's not like I don't expect to go viral over, in 1 month's time. But I tell you what, I am extremely happy with the progress that I am seeing here. I'm just the 3 records that I told you about. I'm extremely happy with that. So thank you. If you like what I'm doing, you like the Chiller Night Theater shows, you like Chiller Chat, you like this show, you like Jack Shadow's Friday Night Frights, please, keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing because that's absolutely encouraging me to keep going. It really is. And not only for me, although I'm putting a lot of work into, these productions, I'm sure, our sponsors appreciate that as well because that's, as of even last night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, that's 1,000 people who saw them, who saw them being presented on the show as well. So thank you. Thank you very much. The music video. Somebody mentioned that they wanted to see the music video. Now the show from last night is still online. It's on the Chiller Night Theater Facebook page, and it was shared many times last night. And then it's also on the Chiller Night Theater YouTube channel. So if you go on those and you go to the end of the show, you scroll to the end of the show, you actually see during Jack Shadow's last segment of the night, the music video is played then. So and that was cool that we had a zombie movie. We had pizza, of course. There was a zombie book by J.W. Burchick, The Hybrid Dead. We had Still Life's zombie-themed music video. The song was Melatonin. So we had a good time. We had a really good time last night. And then, let's see. Gingy said, "My pick would have gone up next to my autographed pick of Bruce Campbell." Oh, wow, that's quite a compliment. I appreciate that. And then Michael says, "Bruce Campbell is the man." Yeah, Army of Darkness forever. And then Ginzy says, "I love it all." David says, "Me and my family appreciate it as well, all that you do." Oh, thank you. I was very I really appreciated hearing that, the the kids enjoy it. You know, that to me, because of my history with chiller theater, growing up watching chiller theater as a kid. Yeah, I just love that. Obviously, that influenced me quite a bit, you know, as I sit here and I do these things. I've been doing this now. It'll be 11 years in May. So I've been doing this for a while, but that really struck me because chiller theater was a show that I could sit and watch with my family, and yeah, it was scary movies, but you know, it was just a family time. You know, that's how I pictured chiller theater, you know, and it always seemed like me and my dad were the only ones, a lot of times, who were the only ones who were staying up and late enough to watch the entire movies. But it was just a lot of fun. It made a big impact on me, and if I can even recreate a fraction of that feeling, you know, to younger viewers out there, then to me, that's extremely rewarding. So I really appreciate hearing stuff like that. And Corpus said someone's on report. And then I missed something there. And then Brad says, we had technical difficulties last week on Stream TV. Oh, yes. Well, I think everything's running fine there. There was nothing that... unfortunately, there was nothing that could have been done because what happened was there was a power outage earlier that day, and what happened that kind of messed up everything that as far as the online stuff from that point on until Comcast was able to come in on Monday and fix everything. So that's what happened there. But everything should be up and ready and good to go. Cassandra says, love Chilly Billy. Oh, yes, absolutely. The host, of course, of Chiller Theater from the 60s until the 80s out of Pittsburgh, of WPXI. Yes, love that show. Nick says, yo. I know I'm sure I missed the reference there. I'm sorry, Nick. And then Jason says, Chiller Theater with Chilly Billy. His strange but true bits were awesome. And Leroy says, when your show finished, me and Buddy drank the night away. Well, so did I. You know, I had to kind of kick back and relax a little bit. So that seemed to really hit the spot. And then Brad says, you missed me. I still can't believe that. LOL. Oh. I know. I'm not gonna live that down for a while. Holy cow! All right, that's understandable, and that I don't live it down. Not that I miss Brad. And then Cassandra says the vampire in a coffin and the vampire woman. His props were on Chiller Theater. I was so proud. The vampire in a coffin and his props were on Chiller Theater. I was so proud. Vampire in a coffin, and I'm reading that wrong. I know I'm reading this wrong. And the vampire woman. You talking about Chilly Billy's props? I don't know. I just used to love watching that. I'm sure I'm sorry. I'm probably missing something here. And then Tom says, since you're mentioning Chilly Billy and how your show is based on his, I saw something about him on YouTube the other night, and he was just wearing a tuxedo, no costume, makeup and all. Was just surprising. Yes. See, the reason being is because Bill Cardell was already a very well-known character in Pittsburgh. You know, he's on the news. He was on TV. He actually worked in WICU in Erie, and then he went down to work in WIIC in Pittsburgh, which later became WPXI. No, so Bill was already very well known in the city of Pittsburgh, and he was asked to do this Chiller Theater, and actually started out as an afternoon program for a couple shows, and then they moved it to the night. It just skyrocketed in popularity, but Bill wanted just to, you know, he didn't want to be a character, and that actually worked out to be a very, very smart move on his part. because of his charisma and personality. You know, you wouldn't want to put that behind a mask or makeup because of he was just so well known. He did a fantastic job. It would make sense if I were to, you know, if I, you know, accumulated a viewing, a large viewing in Pittsburgh, you know, for me, because, you know, I'm not known, you know, Bryan Hogue, and you know, it makes sense that a character would be on the set. Now, let me tell you something about Chilly Billy and Jack Shadow. I will mention this since it's brought up here. Bill Cardell, he was on my show. He was a guest on my show. And Bill Cardell, I've mentioned this before, but for those who are new, and if you are in the Pittsburgh area, maybe you know of Chilly Billy. Certainly hope so. But he was going to be on at least 10 more of my shows, and he said, Brian, you know, can I be on there with Jack Shadow? I said, yes, please do. He said, because I think that would help, you know, your character. And I said, oh, I 100% agree with that. You know, it absolutely would have. It was an extremely nice gesture on his part. But we were going to do some things where we were on the show together in Chiller Night Theater, and Bill Cardell and Jack Shadow, we were going to film some stuff together. And then, of course, you know, 6 days before I was to go down and meet with him and tape these episodes, I got a phone call that, you know, of course, he can't do this because of some very serious health concerns. 6 weeks after that phone call, 6 weeks later, he had passed away. That's how quick that happened. That's how serious it was. You know, he was a super nice guy, and he was very supportive in what I was doing. Now, I won't misrepresent my association with him. You know, I wasn't real close friends with him or anything like that. I was just a fan, and he enjoyed what I was doing, or at least, you know, he was supportive of what I was doing. And he was a guest on the show, and he had agreed to be in more shows, and that would have been fantastic. And whether I got to do those or not, I will always cherish that one episode that he was actually on with my show, on an episode of Chiller Chat. At that time, Chiller Chat was still on the Chiller Night Theater episodes. So let me see. I'm missing some comments here. David says, you're doing a good job, Brian. Chiller is the new Chiller. And then Nick says, just finally catching up with you guys. I got called into work, but I'm still watching your show while delivering pizzas, LOL. Oh, okay, cool. Well, thanks for joining us there, Nick. And then let's see, Corpus said, oh, while delivering pizza, you watch the road. And then Corpus said, you had never seen him? Corpus. Speaking about Tom in Chilly Billy. And then Cassandra says, I was involved with a haunted house, and my dad built those props that ended up on the show. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Oh, that's really cool. I had no idea that's what you're referring to, though. That's really neat. That's really cool. I'd like to talk to... I saw somebody on Facebook post something. He was a security guard, and he used to be there on the set, or off set, of course, but with Chiller Theater back in the day. I'd love to get in touch with them. I'd love to talk to anybody who had any, like, on the set experience, or maybe, you know, if they were, you know, a sound guy or a prop guy or anything like that. Anybody who was actually there while Chiller Theater was happening. I would love to talk to them. Of course, I talked to the man himself, Chilly Billy, but, you know, I would love to hear, you know, any stories or anything that they would have to say. So maybe I'll get on that and do some Chiller Chats with some of these individuals if I can track them down. Michael says, Did I not see Chilly Billy Cardell's name in the credits at the end of Night of the Living Dead? He was a zombie, or was he a zombie or other person in the film? He was the he actually played himself. He was Bill Cardell, because Bill worked for the news, for IIC at the time. But Bill was a TV personality, and at that time he was the host of Chiller Theater. George Romero had asked Bill Cardell to be on the show because of that. So yes, his names were, that's sharp-eyed viewer there, Mark, because or Michael, to catch that at the end of the credits, if you weren't from the Pittsburgh area and knew that. So but yeah, and here's another connection with Chiller Theater and Night of the Living Dead. George Romero and his buddies were in college, and they were watching an episode of Chiller Theater. They were watching The Last Man on Earth, the movie with Vincent Price, and which, you know, the monsters on that movie are kind of a mix between vampires and zombies. You know, I mean, that characteristic wise. And so, you know, they're sitting there like, oh, we can do a better movie than that. We can do something like that. And that's how Night of the Living Dead came about. So, and Bill told me that story as well. So, and then Ava says, that's awesome. And Brad says, Chilly Billy, very highly respected. Yes, yes. And he was also a big name in wrestling. He was the voice of wrestling in Pittsburgh, in studio wrestling back in the day as well. So Brad says he got his biggest break on Night of the Living Dead because of his Chiller shows. Yeah, that's why George Romero really wanted him on the movie. And then Brad says, you will never that visit, Brian. You will never forget that visit, Brian. Yes, yes. And then Corpus says, your interview with him was awesome. Well, thank you. Yeah, Brad and Corpus. Yeah, that time I was sitting there and, you know, talked to him, and I'd actually talked to him for over the span of maybe a year and a half or so over the phone. And I will tell you this about Bill Cardell. I know we're getting to the end of the hour here, and I'll say this real quick because of the impact that he has had on me in my life, as well as many other Chiller fans as well. But when I talked to Bill Cardell, we talked easily half an hour every time, if not longer. He was very generous with his time with me, and he let me know right up front he doesn't do that very often. He says he turns out a lot of the stuff at that time in his life. But he said he saw what I was doing and trying to do here, and he's very helpful, very supportive, which I'm forever thankful. And he was very kind, and he was always asking me questions about me, about my job, about what I'm doing, and which was super nice and super cool. But as a fan growing up watching him, I wanted to just always turn it around and say, no, I want to talk about you, but it was just that kind of guy. He was always, and he sounded so sincere about it too. Like, hey, how's, because he knew my job at the time, and he'd been up in the Oil City area before in the past. He was telling me stories about that. So just a really nice guy. Thomas said, before that, Kevin says, you got a great show. My boys and I are watching from Cooperstown. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Thank you, Kevin. Tom says, no, never spent time in PA. So Cardell is a new name to me. Oh, okay. There was actually in The Walking Dead, Greg Nicotero threw a little tribute to Bill on one of the mailboxes as they were walking by in one of the episodes. The name Cardell was on one of the mailboxes. That was brought up recently in The Talking Dead, if I remember right. And then Thomas says, my friend Dead Aussie says hello. And when he is the still life video. Oh, when is the still life video supposed to be coming out? It's actually out. It came out it debuted last night on Jack Shadow's Friday Night Frights. At the end of that video, and you can see that if you watch Jack Shadow's Friday Night Frights, Night of the Living Dead. That's on the Facebook page, Chiller Night Theater Facebook page, and the Chiller Night Theater YouTube channel. And if you want to see that video exclusively, just go to the end, toward the end of the video, the last segment where Jack's talking. You can, he presents that video. So, all right, I'm gonna have to, let's see, move right along here, and but tell your friend Dead Aussie hello. And David says, third glass of champagne ready for White Zombie. Cheers. All right. Ava says 9 minutes ago, and I'm sure that was 5 minutes ago. And then Todd says he had a travel agency also. Yes, he did like travel. I saw that. I remember seeing that about him, Bill Cordell. And Brad says 98 minutes until Chiller Night Theater. Okay, all right. And then 8 minutes, sorry. Okay, well, I thought, well. And then Leroy says, Martini Part 1 was so good. Let's make another one. All right, have a great show. All right, cool. Good deal. Brad says, darn typos. Hey, I'm right with you. I hit the wrong button. We watch another segment of a movie. So, at least yours is correctable. So look at the glass is half full. And then Ava says 5 minutes to go. And then says, Steph says, honored to be part of the melatonin video. Oh, that's right. Yep. Yeah, we showed that last night, and that's on those videos. If you go to Jack Shadow's Friday Night Frights, like I said, at the very end of that, the very last segment that Jack is talking in, go to that, and you'll see he presents the that video. So get a chance. If you get a chance, check that out. Check out the video from Still Life, Melatonin. I want to look at this. Boom. Maybe I can make this bigger. Look, everybody, this is in reference to, yep, I'll put it right over me. Jack Shadow's Friday Night Frights. The next one will be Friday, April 5th. A Bucket of Blood. A Bucket of Blood. And watch 8 p.m. on the Chiller Night Theater Facebook page or the Chiller Night Theater YouTube channel. And once again, I want to thank David Long, because this episode also will be sponsored by Vicelli Pizza out of Butler, Pennsylvania. So once again, thank you very much, David and Vicelli Pizza, for sponsoring the Jack Shadow Friday Night Fright. So kind of keep that date. Of course, I'll be plastering that on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, of course, on social media to let everybody know about that. And but I wanted to mention that tonight and say thank you again to David and Vicelli Pizza for that one coming up. And then Michael says, Melatonin video is actually quite good, well worth watching for those who didn't see it last night. Yeah, they did a good job, real good job. And then Brad says, save the names in champagne to the Roku. Yes, off to the Roku. Mandy says, love the video. Our kids said that they are famous now. And then David says, you're welcome. Cassandra says, woo, Bucket of Blood. I know that was one that we voted on, and that was just the next in line. David says, be all over the Vicelli page too. Awesome. And then Jinsey says, oh, another good one. Yeah, that'll be a fun one. That'll be a real fun one to do. I can't wait to see the comments from that one. So schedule once again for like the last minute. Tonight, 9 p.m., coming up real quick, White Zombie, 11 p.m. Chiller Chat, that's my talk show. Jennifer Sadler's my guest, 11:30, Chiller Night Theater, Jack Shadow features The Devil's Hand. And, of course, Aura and Elle will be in that one as well. Chiller Chat at 1:30 a.m. Stan Gordon, nationally known paranormal and UFO investigator, will be on the show as well. And the feature movie at 2 a.m. is White Zombie. So, all right, folks, we had a good night. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Thank you for all the support, for all the views, and just for being a fan of the chiller spirit and whatever. Chiller Night Theater, Chiller Chat. Just wow, thank you everybody. And now it's 8:59, so I think I'm gonna go watch Chiller Night Theater. So thank you everybody once again. Thank you, and have a good night. Have a good chiller night. See you next week.